Yeah, my first experience was as a regular tourist going to the dam for the first time 15 years ago. And like the millions of people before and after me, I was just really struck by the presence of the dam, the story of it, the magnitude, and then stood in front of these 30-foot winged figure sculptures. And I don't have a background in art. I didn't have a narrative about why they mattered. I just saw them and was struck by their presence, by their power, by kind of the symbol of them. And that was it. Like, I was a tourist. I saw these sculptures. I said, oh my gosh, these are amazing. And then I went home and went about the rest of my trip. And a few years later, for a thoughtful Christmas present, my wife bought me this poster of them that hung in the back hallway of our house for years without much thought. It was a beautiful poster of the Hoover Dam sculptures, but that was it. And then in 2020, we moved, and I was kind of redecorating my office like this and hung the poster behind me. And finally, in September of 2020, said to myself, I wonder who made these things and if he made anything else. And that caused me to Google Oscar J.W. Hansen for the first time. And that sucked me down a rabbit hole that's 6 years going now. And I've founded the Oscar J.W. Hansen Archives and traveled the world meeting family members and reuniting them and discovering long lost art and cataloging his complete collection of sculptures that no one had ever attempted to do before. And it's been a joy and a strange journey to be on, in part because it all just started as a regular tourist and then a Google search. I don't have any background in these things. I just couldn't not do it once I discovered it. It spoke to me like I know it has to millions of people seeing it for the first time before me. Um, yeah, it's a magnificent piece of art, and then to have this very strange and surreal terrazzo star map at its base, as though these 30-foot tall monstrous bronzes weren't enough, that there's then this interesting story underneath them, just makes it all the more interesting. And then in 2022, when the restoration project began, I was really excited to help make sure that both of those restorations were done well and with the integrity of Oscar's intentions for them. And then the project fell apart, and I got really frustrated and worried about the possibility that people might never get to see them again. And thankfully, after some years of perseverance and just waiting it out, thankfully they have been restored, and the plaza is reopened to visitors like you last week. And I'm just really grateful that people get to enjoy them in person again for the first time in almost 6 years.